Hi, thanks for watching. My name is Ewen Chia and I'm the #1 international best-selling author of the print book, How I Made My First Million on the Internet and How You Can Too. I've been marketing online for the past 20 years or so, and believe me, during this time, all this time, I've learned quite a lot, made a lot of mistakes as well, right, when it comes to how do you actually market online, sell products and services. And in today's content video, I'm going to share with you one of these lessons. It's called How to Sell Without Selling. Now, I know this sounds a little ironic and maybe even a little controversial, but continue watching, stick with me, and I'm going to review how you can actually sell without selling. And I sincerely believe that what you're going to learn in this video today is going to be really helpful to you and your business if you're doing any form of marketing and sales on the internet or offline for that matter. It's really powerful strategies and principles that you can apply. So continue watching and I'm going to explain exactly how to sell without selling.
Hi, welcome back to the training. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to sell without selling. And here's what you're going to learn. First, why you absolutely do not need or want to hard sell in order to make even more sales. And what you must be doing instead of just selling. As you know, today's environment is a little bit different. And consumers' behavior, mindset, the marketplaces are always changing. Now the truth is this, right? It's always changing, and we need to be able to have an evergreen approach to making lots of sales for our business regardless of the changes. And the only way to be able to do this is to understand why people are purchasing products or services in the first place, and to understand their motivation and a lot more. So what I'm saying is this: I'm going to show you an evergreen formula, right, or a method, an approach where you can apply and be able to get sales regardless of how the marketplace changes. And I know this sounds like a big claim, but this is really rooted in basic marketing psychology and principles, and because of that it will always work regardless of when you use this and where you use this. So in other words, it means that this is an evergreen approach that can be applied to literally any niche industry or business that you are running. And this is good news. So as I've mentioned, it is really important for us to understand the psychology of sales and why people actually buy products. And in order to apply this whole approach, I'm going to teach you, right, a simple formula to be able to sell any type of product or service without hard selling. And you actually get happy customers. You're helping people, providing value. And this is a really priceless, right? So now my first advice to you, right, is do not sell. Instead, what you should do is to share. All right, and this is the what I call the share formula, right? And this is like an acronym. Okay, share, right? That's each letter stands for a certain strategy that you use. So the first letter, right, stands for solution. Okay, so everything works together as a formula. So you should apply each one of the strategy within the formula, okay, as a holistic approach. So when we talk about solution, right, it means, okay, is your product or service actually providing a solution to solve people's problem? We have to understand at the end of the day that it's really about solving problems. Now this is what I call the problem and solution approach. Okay, and what this means is your product or service must be able to solve a certain problem, and that's why, right, your customers are buying your product or service. Now, so it is not about building up a beautiful product or building the best product in the world for that matter. It's about how useful, okay, and what type of value your product or service can provide to your customers. And the ultimate reason why people are buying products or services, right, is because they want to solve their problem. Now, in order to understand this, we have to, right, apply research. Okay, understanding your marketplace, understanding your customers and your niche. Okay, and really do proper research to understand what their problems are and what keeps them awake at night. Okay, so if you are able to identify the problem or the biggest problems that your marketplace is facing, you'll be able to cater the right solution to them. And the solution is, of course, a product or service that you're able to market. So, for example, if someone is looking to lose weight naturally and within 1 week, then if you're able to provide the exact solution to them, they'll buy it, and you don't really have to hard sell them because they are looking to solve their problem. They're looking for a solution. So we need to research, all right, to understand and to empathize, okay, with our marketplace. Empathize is like being in their shoes and be able to understand their fears, their concerns, and the problems that they are facing. Okay, so that's the first thing, the solution. Your product or service must be the solution to solve their problem. Now, the next letter in the formula, all right, stands for help. Okay, and what this means is, how are you positioning yourself, okay, or your brand or your business to help your customers, your potential customers for that matter. And positioning, okay, is about the language that you're using. Okay, what kind of language are you using to communicate with your marketplace? Are you taking an empathic language style? Are you hard selling? Are you using a lot of hype? Are you using a lot of unnecessary information? Okay, so it's about how you speak or how you talk to your customers, your niche, and the approach that you're coming in, right? Are you coming in using approach whereby you're just looking to make sales, or are you genuinely sincere, right? Sincere in helping them and providing as much value as possible. Okay, so we do need to understand that at the end of the day, this is a people to people business. Your customers, your prospects are real human beings. And I always teach students a strategy known as human marketing, right? Where we market to humans, we understand human psychology, and we treat people like real human beings, respect and providing sincere help, okay, and providing that value to them. So, right, all that comes into play, right, in the way that you position yourself, in the language that you use, and in the approach that you take. So we want to be able to help people, right, to provide a solution. Okay, so you can see that each part of the formula is they are actually integrated. They work together, and as a whole, they are a synergized type of formula, right? So they work as a synergy. Okay, now the next part of the formula, right, the A stands for us. Okay, and what this means is, right, sometimes we need to ask questions, ask the right questions to get the right answers. And we may think that our content, our sales copy is the best, okay, but oftentimes it's not really answering and speaking out to their problems and what they're looking for. Okay, so it's not answering their questions. So we need to ask them questions. So that can be applied, right, within the content itself, okay, or within your sales copy, by asking them, do you want to do this, or are you looking to, example, or it could be through the use of surveys and other mediums, right, in order to get the right answers. But having said that, I think it's really important that we understand okay, what people are really looking for, and that is by asking the right questions. Now the next part of the formula the R stands for relationship. Okay, now when it comes to making sales, when it comes to making money, right, getting revenue, right, it's a lot more than just a one-time transaction, right? We tend to treat people, customers, as numbers, and the truth is this: they are not numbers, they are real people. So we have to look at this from a long-term approach. Okay, now instead of just aiming for a one-time customer or a one-time sale, think about, right, getting the lifetime customer value. Okay, and what it means is you want to have repeat customers all the time, and that comes from building the right relationship with your marketplace, with your niche, with your customers and your prospects. And that relationship, if you were to understand what I mean by human marketing, understanding human psychology in your marketing, then that comes from, first of all, the trust that you are able to instill upon your marketplace, in your brand, your product, your services. And now trust is very important, right? Because, right, if you have a good reputation, if you have a good brand, for example, that is recognizable and people trust the brand, then the purchase will be a lot easier. They don't really think so much, right? And that could come from the marketing that you've done, the social proof that you have, etc., testimonials. All this is part of building relationship, right? Trust, and also connection, the kind of connection that you have with your customers, with your prospects. Okay, and how do you actually get them to like you, to trust you, and to consume your content and your product? So the connection is like, the approach. I like to say that it's like a friend to friend thing. So don't treat your prospects and customers as just numbers, but as real people, as a friend. Okay, and build a good connection with them, and build a good relationship, and that will all add up and make the sale happen by itself. Okay, because you're showing that you actually care. All right, you're actually providing value to them, and you're helping them, so the sale becomes automatic, so to speak. Okay, so, right, think about the relationship. Okay, and next obviously is your brand or your branding. Okay, how are you branding yourself, right, to your marketplace? And brand is important because that must be a USP, or what we call a unique selling proposition. There must be a differentiation that differentiates you from the rest of your competitors. How are you different? Okay, how do people feel when they look at your brand? And what kind of culture are you projecting with your brand? And now I know this may sound a bit advanced, but it's important when it comes to building that relationship. Now the last part of the formula, the E, stands for educate, and this is really crucial, right? So it is not just about putting up a hard sales copy or being the salesman, right? It's really about providing the right education to your marketplace, so that your customers, your prospect, are educated and they understand. Okay, it could be about understanding what your product is providing for them, about understanding why they need the product, okay, and understanding the problem in the first place. Okay, and education has a lot to do with providing useful information. Okay, providing information that are actually applicable and helping them, providing them value. So an example is this: when you have a website, you don't want just to have a sales copy, okay, that just hard sells your product or your service. Okay, because everyone has seen a lot of this, and they are turning a deaf ear. They have sales copy blindness. So we need to come in from a different approach. We need to come in by first providing value to them, educating them, and then pre-selling our product or service so that the sale becomes a natural process. Now, if you look at this whole formula, right? Solution, help, asking questions, right? Building a great relationship, educating your marketplace, your customers, your prospects. Now, they all work together as a synergized formula, right? And 1 plus 1 in this case is not necessarily equals to 2, right? 1 plus 1 could be 10 because you have applied this formula. So, this is just a short lesson. I don't want to go too deep into this right now, but I hope that this gave you a good overview of how you can sell without the usual selling or the hard selling approach. And I want to thank you very much for watching this. And if you are looking for more lessons like this, okay, please make sure to just check back and see what are the new trainings that I have and everything else. Okay, so this is Ewen. Talk again to you real soon.
So I hope you found this lesson invaluable to your business and in your marketing of products and services. And I hope you get a lot of sales using this formula that I've just explained to you. Now, the most important thing is obviously to take action and to test, right? Because everybody's business and products and services, they're all different. So this is not something that is a one-size-fits-all strategy. Okay, you have to apply this to your own personal business. But I hope you enjoy this. Please look forward and look out for my future emails, trainings, and other resources too, so that I can provide more value to you, provide more service to you as well, and to help you in your business. Okay, this is Ewen Chia signing off, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Have a great day.